Okay, the following three objectives I would like also to present. The fifth one is to develop and facilitate optimal institutional linkages and the relationships among the countries of Southeast Europe. It was already mentioned by Mrs. Jelica-Minic how important is the institutional linkage, and in the center we do with very concrete activities we want to implement this and put on the floor. The next objective is to encourage regional ownership and be closely coordinated with those regional initiatives. So in the next slide, when I will present the concept of governance, this concept and model was built with a bottom-up approach, so-called foresight process. It means that the issues were identified by governmental representatives involved in the Program Advisory Committee of the Center, and with that we were not the one bright to say, this is something, you should take it, it's good, it works. No. We identified with the regional players, with the governments, what is the real need of information society development, and with that we then create the program of the center. Okay, and the last objective of the center, strategic, is to enable strong participation and benefits for regional governments that support policy-related elements of the modern information society. I briefly touched the foresight approach. It means bottom-up approach of definition of priorities, and here, in creation of long-term strategy, we bring these initiatives and try to put together top-down political will and bottom-up initiatives. Okay, now I'm coming closely to the e-democracy. So, but before that, how we position e-democracy under the umbrella of e-governance as such. So throughout the consultation process with the governments, with the private sector, with the European Commission, we developed the following structure, and this is our approach. So, as usual, we know e-government, that is the most known one, the most developed also, but the governance as such is a broader concept. So it includes e-democracy, the second pillar of the center, e-business, education, research, culture, e-health, e-justice and e-security. So around these pillars we run our activities through our knowledge platform, Governance Academy. This event is part of the academy, and with different projects. Okay, where is e-democracy? Okay, so each of those, I go a bit back, each of those 7 pillars, then we go into and analyze them and provide our activities throughout the following 3 dimensions. First, and the most important for the functioning of every single pillar, is a policy environment. If there is no policy will, there is no, at the end, effectiveness. So it means 70% of the results show that if there is no political will and policy will for governance as such, we can forget about anything. Next is legal framework. So in order to have a secure and efficient functioning of every pillar, also legal framework and legal environment should be introduced. And the last one, when we have policy, legal framework, ICT business solutions. Of course, if there is no ICT and with different business solutions, then at the end we concretize very precisely the operation of each pillar. Okay, then what is necessary, how we did also, how we touched the e-democracy pillar development. We did before analytical study, so this was outsourced to the Entelequia think tank, and the guys are also with us today, and we received a concept paper on e-democracy, so how it is perceived by OECD, European Commission, and most recently the Council of Europe, so that we not invent something new, but we upgrade and give our added value from your perspective of the development of information society. And then that was before today's conference, and the agenda setting process of this conference, identification of speakers, were also created around those three segments. So that was before today, then we go through this agenda setting process, and now we add something that goes through horizontally. It means under e-governance, equal opportunities and participation. So we'll hear a lot today, and if we go into the concept of e-democracy, I would not touch now this issue because we will go step by step from session to session, from one relevant speaker to another, how we see the e-democracy developing in Southeast Europe. Okay, with that 15 countries present here, 80 participants, we structure this conference around 3 sessions. In the first one, we hear about the role of democracy in policy-making process, e-participation view. This is the first session that will be chaired by Jelena. Then the next one, the role of relevant stakeholders in the development of information society, so who should do what and how is doing. And then the third one, session will be the tools for participatory and representative e-democracy. And we will also show an example of using Foresight as a showcase on e-democracy in Southeast European region. So with that we will conclude. And agenda is pretty much optimistic, and I believe that with all chairs and speakers we can at the end add a new model and start with the approach that we will continue, that we call it also Belgrade approach, according to this first conference on e-democracy in Western Balkan region, and that with that we will further develop our activities. With this I will finish, and Chair asked me before also to give a little introduction to the artist and to the next performance. We are very happy, very glad that Miha Pogačnik is with us. And before we go to the further talks, let's first open minds and fly a bit with the music in order that this process and this conference will really be about creativity, where we also expect your participation. Okay, thank you very much. Miha, please, the floor is yours.